Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying the beautiful spring weather if you're in the US. If you're somewhere else in the world, I hope you're making the best of your days. And I hope you're happy and having a good time making jewelry. I have a very fun video for you today. It's a little bit different than other videos. We're going to do a quick unboxing of Sam's bead box. And then we're going to make this beautiful colorful necklace made with high quality Czech beads. We're also going to be making a matching pair of earrings. Now, if you're not familiar with Sam's bead box, I'll leave some information down below in the description section of this video, along with a link to the website and a coupon code in case you're interested. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And here we have Sam's bead box for the month of March 2024. And I know I'm a little bit late because it's already April, but initially I wasn't going to do unboxing for this month because I've had so many things going on in my life. But after I received the box and saw the name of the box, Rainbow Wishes, I couldn't resist. So today we're not going to do a full unboxing. We're going to do a mini unboxing. We'll just take a quick peek and then we'll jump into our project. Now, if you want to watch the official unboxing video, I'll link it down below. Sam and his sister Rachel did an official video and they posted it on their YouTube channel. So if you want a more detailed unboxing and a detailed description of the contents of this box, I encourage you to go watch that video. But anyway, let me go ahead and pull the items out and I'll lay them out on my workspace. I thought we'd take a look at the strands first. And oh my goodness, look at these gorgeous, colorful beads. I'm absolutely drooling right now looking at these colors. And down here we have some gemstones and some more Czech glass beads. And you can see what they call the box Rainbow Wishes. And the box does come with an insert with a little message written by Sam, which I'm not going to read today because we don't have time. And on the back is a list of the contents. And as you can see, the retail value is $83. So you're getting quite a bargain if you subscribe. Now, sometimes they do sell extras on the website. So if you missed out on getting this box, you might want to go check the website to see if they're selling any extra boxes or extra items from the box. But anyway, on this side, they've listed the retail value for each item. So that's always nice to know. We have some gorgeous drops. Look at these. They're so pretty. I love these. Then we have these. These look like they're 8mm in size. Look at the sparkle and the colors. The colors match perfectly as well. That's one of the things I love about the way they create these boxes. And here we have some Hishi beads in the same colors. Aren't these gorgeous? Wow, I'm so impressed. And here we have some 4mm size faceted beads, fire polished. How pretty are these? Now these are very unusual. They're rectangle beads, drilled at an angle, diagonally. And again, they're in the same colors as the rest of these beads. We have some moonstone chips. I like these because they're sort of round and flat. And I do see a little bit of blue flash in some of them. Very nice. And these are really cool. Look at the gorgeous AB finish. Very, very nice. Here we have some labradorite. And these definitely have a lot of blue flash in quite a few of these beads. And this strand measures 15 inches. It's very long. Aren't these beautiful? I love that blue flash. They're 6mm in size. And here we have some 4mm size aquamarine faceted rounds, grade A. These are very pretty as well. It's nice to have tiny beads. And then these are Czech beads. They're Druck rounds and they're 6mm in size. And they have a kind of a combination of clear glass and maybe a silky kind of finish. Very, very pretty. And these are also 6mm in size. But I love these beautiful labradorite beads. These are so gorgeous. And I love these colors. Let me get some more beads. And here we have some loose beads, some focals, and some metals as well down here. These are TierraCast. I love TierraCast. But look at all these shapes and sizes and colors. I'm so impressed. These are very interesting looking. These are called carved cloud nuggets. Aren't they cool? They're so cool. And look at this focal, this table cut coin. That is absolutely gorgeous. And it's quite transparent too. There's the other side. I love that bird. It's so pretty. And we have some more birds here. These are laser etched coins, and they have that beautiful iridescent coating that changes color when you move it around like that. So pretty. These are interesting as well. These are carved oval beads. Very cool. And I love these twisted beads. Look at the luster on these beads. The glass is actually pink, but it has a golden luster coating on top. Very, very nice. I love these table cut beads too. We get quite a few. Look at that. Aren't these gorgeous? I love this color. It's a light sapphire, and we get 10 pieces total. That's a very generous amount. And here we have some tiny beads. They're actually coin beads, but they're very small. They measure 6 millimeters across, and it's actually a mix because some of the beads have more clear glass than others. Aren't these beautiful? And I love the size. I love that they're tiny. But as you can see, these have like a silk effect in the glass, and these over here are more transparent. Very, very cool. And there are 40 pieces in that mix. That's quite a bit. And look at this gorgeous sun focal. It's yellow jade. How pretty is that? And how cheerful too. I love it. We have some preciosa crystals here. They're faceted bicones. Let me just put some on my rod so you can see how they sparkle. And here are some of them. As you can see, they're pretty high quality bicones. Since we can't get Swarovski anymore, preciosa is the next best thing. They're very, very good quality, and they sparkle quite a bit. I love this color. It's so pretty. And look at this gorgeous focal. It's a cloud. Isn't it adorable? It's made out of acrylic, and it has a pearl white finish. There's the back. And there's the front. And I love that it has those 3 holes at the bottom and 1 at the top. Very, very cute. It goes along with the theme of the box, Rainbow Wishes, because if there's a rainbow, obviously there are clouds and rain, and of course sunshine as well. I love the theme of this box. I think it's so unique. And let's take a look at these TierraCast components. We have these 2 links. They're called Marakesh links. And here we have a button with a swirl design. I love making bracelets using this kind of button. There's the back. And here we have a hook and eye clasp. I love using them because it makes it easy to put on a bracelet. And all of these are in an antique pewter color. Let me show you the back of these. They're kind of concave a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see that. Maybe not. They're a bit curved, as you can see. These are so cool. These have 3 holes on the bottom, and then another one here and another one there. So that opens up all kinds of possibilities. And of course, since there are 2, you could make a pair of earrings if you wanted to. So now that we've done this mini unboxing, let's go ahead and jump into the project. Here are the items for today's project. And I thought I'd place the beads on trays so you can see how beautiful they are. I absolutely love these colors. Each one of these has 5 colors, and they all coordinate with each other, which I think is so cool. So in other words, the beads have the exact same colored coating, and that makes the design process so easy. And the name of the color of the mix in all of these is Rainbow Luster. But let me go ahead and go over these beads with you. Here we have some fire polished faceted rounds, and they measure 4 millimeters in size. Here we have some smooth drops, and they measure 7 by 10 millimeters. And these are fire polished faceted rounds, and they measure 8 millimeters in size. And here we have some smooth Hishi beads, and these measure 4 by 8 millimeters. And this bead here is called a twisted diamond bead. It measures 12.5 by 22 millimeters, and the color is pink luster. And here's that beautiful Marakesh link component by TierraCast. It measures 14 by 23 millimeters. And I am going to use the hook and eye clasp. It measures 6 by 13.5 millimeters. So these are all the items from the box, but I am going to use some additional items from my own stash. I have some jump rings here. They're in a gunmetal color, and I have 2 sizes, 3.5 millimeters and 5 millimeters. I'm also going to use some craft wire, and this one's 20 gauge, and it's in a gunmetal color. I felt the gunmetal would look really good with this component. Plus, whenever I use dark metals, it makes colorful beads stand out even more. So now that we've gone over the materials, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by building the pendant. Initially, I was going to use this component the traditional way like this, and then hang some dangles from these holes. But guys, I'm so tired of doing that. I've done it so many times, and today I wanted to do something a little different. So I'm actually going to hang it like this, kind of like a moon shape, a crescent moon. I mean, it's not exactly like a crescent moon, but let's just say there's like an abstract bohemian kind of crescent moon, something a little different. Let me put this clasp off to the side for the time being. Now, like I mentioned before, this one does have a little bit of a curve, as you can see. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but it is curved. So obviously this will be the front. So let me show you what I had in mind. I'm definitely going to hang this below. And I know I have 5 colors of each type of bead. So I want to make sure that I incorporate the 5 colors in my dangles. So I think what I'll do is put this blue one here. This faceted round. And I have 4 more holes. I'm actually going to use these 2 for the strands, these 2 at the top. And I know this hole sits a little bit lower than that one, but I'm going to compensate by using a 5mm jump ring on this side and a 3.5mm jump ring on that side. And that should take care of the problem. So I have these 2 holes left, and I think I'm going to place a hishi bead there, maybe this yellowish one. So it'll sit like this, on its side like this. And look at that, I actually made it balance. And then I think I'll use a drop on this side, maybe a green one. Like that. I am going to need a bead in there, so maybe I'll use one of these purplish ones right there. It's hard to envision how it's going to look because it's not connected, but I think once we connect everything, it'll make sense. So now we're going to go ahead and mount these on wire. And I forgot to mention that we actually need some head pins. Here are 3 head pins. They're in a gunmetal color. So let me show you. I'm going to slide this bead on this one. Like that. And now using these pliers, I'm going to go ahead and kink it. And these are actually tapered flat nose pliers. I thought I'd use these because my simple loops today are going to be on the small side. Using flush cutters, I'm going to cut off the excess, leaving about 3/8 of an inch, something like that. Using round nose pliers, I'm going to grab the end, making sure that it's flush, because that's how you get nice round loops. And I'm simply going to loop it. You want to make sure your loop is sitting straight or centered, and you want to make sure that it's closed, just like that. Let me go ahead and mount the hishi bead now. Just like that. Same thing, I'm going to grab the pin right above the bead, bend it. It's a little tricky because of the shape of this bead. Snip off the excess, leaving about 3/8 of an inch. Grab the end with my round nose pliers and form a loop. And these pins are really, really tough, so I'm having a little bit of a hard time. And again, you want to make sure the loop is centered, and you want to make sure that it's closed. So that one's done. And now let me go ahead and mount the teardrop. Like this. So now this one's done. Actually, let me straighten it out a little bit more. It's not quite straight. That's better. Now I would use this for the little bead But this wire is so tough, guys. I'm going to have a very hard time with such a small bead. So I'm going to go ahead and use my 20 gauge wire. Now your head pins may not be as tough. Some head pins are tougher than others. It just so happens that mine were very tough. But anyway, I have a long piece of wire, as you can see, and I'm going to use it for both of these round beads. So let me go ahead and kink my wire about 3/8 of an inch down, just like I've been doing. Grab the end with my round nose pliers and form a loop. Make sure it's centered and closed, just like that. And now I'm going to slide on this big one. Kink it at the top of the bead. I always like to line up the bottom loop, but they don't always end up lined up by the time I make the loops. In any case, I still do it. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess and form a loop. Just like that. And as always, I like to make sure that both loops are lined up. And these are almost lined up, but not quite. So that one's done. And now let me go ahead and mount the small bead. Once again, I'm going to kink my wire 3/8 of an inch down, form a loop, load the bead, grab the wire again, line up the bottom loop, kink it, snip off the excess, grab the end with my round nose pliers, and form a loop. Let me go ahead and line up my loops. So that one's done. And now we just need to connect everything. Now I did do a trial run before I made this video to make sure that the dangles hang properly. So I kind of know what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and hang this large one first. Let me go ahead and open up one of these loops. And I'm going to hang it on the pendant. Just like that. And let me go ahead and close this loop. So that's connected now. And now I'm going to hang this large one from this loop. And I think what I'll do is open up this loop here, because I think it might be easier. And I'm going to go ahead and slide the closed loop into the open loop like this and close it up. I think that looks really cute. So now let me go ahead and work on the next dangle, which is this one right here. I'm going to open up this loop, hang the he/she bead from it, like this, and close it. So let's see how it looks. I think it looks okay, but it does need a jump ring. And the reason is that I want it to hang a little bit lower. So I'm going to use one of the 3.5mm jump rings. Let me open it up. I'm going to slide the dangle into the jump ring. And now I'm going to slide the jump ring through the hole of this TierraCast component. like that. Let me close it up. So that's what it looks like. And now I'm going to connect the teardrop up here like this. And because of the curve of that component, I think I'll use 2 small jump rings. That way it'll drape properly. So here are 2 3.5mm jump rings. Let me go ahead and open one up. I'm going to slide this one into it, the teardrop into it, like this, and close up the jump ring. I want to make sure it's closed properly. And now let me open up this one. Slide this jump ring into it like this. And now I'm going to connect it to the TierraCast component. Just like that. And let me close it up. Let's see how it looks. I think that looks super cute. It really does. I like how it drapes too. And I like the graduated lengths as well. So now we're going to move on to the strands. Let me put this off to the side. And let me move this up a little bit. Now, since we have all these different shapes and sizes, and we have 5 colors, I'm going to have to make sure that I don't place 2 colors together. So let me show you what I had in mind. I'm going to alternate between small beads and large beads. So let's just say we start with one of these little tiny ones, a blue one, and it's going to be connected to the pendant. I'm going to build the strand this way to make it easy, so you can see what I'm doing. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going to place this one second, and my first bead's going to be a large one, maybe this round one, like this. So we have red and blue, and I think my next one will be a teardrop shaped bead, maybe this purplish one, like this. And now I'm going to place another small one there, so I think I'll use one of these golden ones. I'm picking up the small ones with my pliers because it's difficult with long nails to pick up such small beads. So we have red, blue, purple, gold. The next one has to be a green bead, so I think I'll use one of these Hishi beads. So the next bead should be a red one, and it's going to be one of these tiny ones, like this. So the next bead in line is one of these large faceted ones, but it has to be a blue color. The next color is this purple one, so let me place a little one there, a 4mm size bead. The next shape is a teardrop shape, but the next color has to be gold. And now a small green one. Let me just move this one up a little bit. The next shape is a Hishi bead, and the next color in line is red. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I have a repeating pattern for the large beads, a large faceted bead, a teardrop, and a Hishi. Large faceted bead, teardrop, Hishi. But I also have a repeating pattern for the colors. Red, blue, purple, gold, green. Red, blue, purple, gold, green. Red. I hope that makes sense. It's a very easy way to work with different shapes, different colors, and different sizes as well. You can't go wrong with this method. So that's basically how I'm going to build both strands. And I think I'll repeat the same exact sequence for the second strand. And I'm just going to connect them with 20 gauge wire and simple loops. Let me just show you. Here's a piece of 20 gauge wire. Same thing as before, guys. I'm going to grab the end, 3/8 of an inch down, bend it, Grab it with my round nose pliers, making sure it's flush. Form a loop. Load the first bead. Grab the end. And by the way, I'm leaving myself a little space, as you can see, so that I can bend the wire. Let me cut off the excess. Grab the end. Form a loop. Let me line up my loops. These are pretty much lined up, but I still do this out of habit. So there's my first component. And now let's connect the second one. I'm going to bend it 3/8 of an inch down, just like I've been doing. Grab the end. Form a loop. Load the next bead. Line up the bottom loop, bend it, cut off the excess. Form another loop. Line up the loops. And now I'm going to go ahead and open up this loop. Slide this component into it, like that, and close my loop. So now these two beads are connected. Let me do one more. I'm going to bend my wire, grab the end, form a loop, slide on the teardrop, line up the bottom loop, bend it, cut off the excess, grab the end, and form a loop. I'm going to open up this end. Slide the small bead into it like this and close the loop. And that's how I'm going to build the entire strand. It's pretty straightforward. And by the way, my teardrop shapes are going to be facing in this direction. So if the pendant is on this end, the small part of the teardrop is facing upward. But you can do it whichever way you want. And I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to go ahead and finish these strands off camera, and then we'll come back and connect the pendant and the clasp. So I'll see you in a few moments. As you can see, I completed both strands, and I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I love those colors. Like I mentioned before, I have a sequence for the large beads, and the sequence is a large faceted bead, a teardrop, a hishi, a large faceted bead, teardrop, hishi, and so forth. And in between each of the large ones, I have a 4mm size bead. I've also alternated the colors. Initially I said these were red, but they're actually pink with a gold luster, just like the focal on the pendant. But the gold luster makes the pink look red. But anyway, I'm just going to call that color red, because that's what it looks like to me. And the sequence for the colors is red, blue, purple, gold, green, red, blue, purple, gold, green, and so forth. And I did measure the strands. Each one measures 9 inches. So the overall length of the necklace will be 19 inches, because by the time we add the clasp and the jump rings, it'll add another inch to the overall length. But anyway, guys, now would be a good opportunity to take a screenshot if you want to copy the same sequence of colors and beads. But anyway, now we're going to connect the pendant. Initially, I was going to use the 5mm bead there, but I changed my mind. I'm going to use the 6mm. It's actually 6.5mm. And on the other side, I'm going to use a 3.5mm jump ring because like I mentioned before, this hole sits lower than that one. Let me go ahead and open it up. I'm going to slide the pendant into it, into the jump ring, like this. And now the strand. Let me close it up. And now I'm going to open up this one. Slide the pendant into it, like this. And now the other strand. And close it up. So that's what it looks like. So now the pendant hangs pretty well, and these two strands are level with each other. And now all we need to do is attach the clasp. Here's the clasp and two 3.5mm jump rings. Let me go ahead and open up one. Slide the hook portion of the clasp into it, like that. Now this is the right side, and that's where I'm going to connect the hook portion, because I'm right-handed. Let me close it up. So that part's connected. And now let me open up this one. And let me slide this portion of the clasp into it. And now the strand. Like that. Close it up. So now we have the eye portion of the hook and eye clasp connected. And it connects like this. Very simple. So this is my beautiful, colorful necklace. I absolutely love it. I love all the different shaped beads and colors. It's so pretty. Now I did make some earrings off camera, and they're very simple earrings. Here they are. I didn't think I needed to show you because basically all I did is to slide on 4 beads on one flat head pin, and I created a simple loop just like that. And then I opened up the loop and slid in the ear wire hooks. Very, very easy. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. I hope you can make your own. And even if you don't have the beads, you can certainly find similar beads. As always, I'd like to go ahead and model this necklace for you, so please stick around for that. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.